Good day. Welcome to Jag 69 News. This is Richard Gibbs,
Johnny Tickle,
and William Stroker reporting your daily dose of the latest news every day at 4:20.
Today we will be taking viewers' calls to discuss the legalization of cannabis.
Or better known as marijuana.
Our first caller comes from the big, empty state of Montana. We're receiving the call now.
Hello? We're not getting anything. Wait. Oh, here we go. Hello, caller. You're on the line. Well, our caller wants to know the relationship between the federal and state governments on the legalization of marijuana. What do you think, Willie?
Well, as enumerated in the Constitution, the Supremacy Clause gives the federal government power over the state governments.
That's right, Willie. Even though marijuana is still illegal at the federal level, states are beginning to decriminalize and legalize the drug.
Really?
You know, Dick, I've heard that the governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley, has recently passed legislation that decriminalizes marijuana, replacing jail time with fines. While this does not legalize the drug, it is a big step towards the drug's legalization.
And now we go to our field correspondent, Chet Johnson, who's talking to Maryland residents about this new piece of legislation.
Thanks, Willie. We are here in Rockville, Maryland, looking for residents. We are currently on the prowl. Oh, sir! Sir?
Yes?
Sir, can we have a moment of your time?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Who is this guy? Oh my God.
Damn players.
It's just on my morning skip. All right, well, thank you for joining us, Mr. what?
Miles Long.
Sorry, can you say that again?
My name's Miles Long.
Oh, okay. Okay, Miles Long.
Yes.
How do you feel about this new piece of legislation?
The upcoming decriminalization of Maryland will be a positive decision, I think, because our police forces won't have to spend as much time dealing with an almost harmless drug, really. Now they'll be able to serve and protect against higher criminal offenses. It's really important to me.
Well, how do you think this legislation will affect you directly?
I mean, personally, I've never tried this marijuana before, but I might have to try some of the reefer, you know. Get in with the cool crowd.
I see you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Miles Long.
Absolutely.
Miles Long. You can get out of here.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for
See
your
you,
time. Thank you. All right. Well, this has been Chet Johnson with Jag 69 News every day at 4:20, and back to you guys.
Hello, and welcome back to Jag 69 News, your local news every day at 4:20. We now go to our next caller coming to us live from Virginia. Caller, yep, hey, you're live. Yes, his last name really is Tickle.
Gets people every time.
Alright, well, Willie, this caller wants to know about more of the history of marijuana. Care to give this man a hand?
Sure thing, Dick. Ever since the first colonization of the states, marijuana has played a significant role in American history. For almost 300 years, domestic production of marijuana was not only legal, but encouraged. It was then used in everyday items such as rope, clothing, sails, and various other items.
That's incredible right there. Do you know when it was first used for recreational purposes?
Well, you see, in the early 20th century, Mexican immigrants introduced it in use for recreational purposes, and from then on, many Americans opposed its use. The fear of the drug really began to take hold during the Great Depression, when the U.S. government began to attribute the rise in crime rates to marijuana. Sad. This spiraled into a widespread aversion of the drug, prompting many federal laws outlawing it.
Interesting. When did the push for its legalization first begin?
Actually, you two, it began sometime in the 1960s, where there were movements advocating for the drug's legalization. And in 1996, California became the first state to legalize the use of marijuana for medical purposes.
Well, we hope that answered your question. Now we'll take a short break for a word from our sponsor.
Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Have you ever wanted to be cool by smoking weed, but not had enough money to buy it?
Yeah.
Then you need to smoke the synthetic reefer.
Synthetic reefer?
Yeah, bro. For only $10.95, you can be on your way down the path to coolness.
Really? Where do I get started?
Call now at 1-800-FAKE-REEFA. 1-800-FAKE-REEFA. And if you call now, we'll double the offer 2 G's for $10.95 instead of only 1. Just pay separate processing and handling.
Wow. Well,
You smoke, Paul?
Hey.
No, I don't. Me neither. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke a pipe. I don't smoke the reefer.
Warning. Side effects include agitation, disorientation, twitching, euphoria, paranoia, mood swings, suicidal thoughts or actions, rapid heartbeat, anxiety, hallucinations, communication with the deceased, numbness, fear of the letter Q, limb loss, bleeding of the eyes, nose, and or penis, cancer, AIDS, brain damage or loss, retardation, loss of stomach acid, depression, leprosy, and possible death. Don't do drugs.
And we're back. It's time to take another caller on JAG 69 News, your everyday news source at 420. Here's our next caller. Comes to us live from Texas. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Oh, okay. Well, this caller would like to learn a little bit more about the product shown during the break, K2.
Ah, yes. I believe this is Dick's area of expertise.
You know, yep, I love K2. I smoke some myself, and it's actually really preferred as spice, or really just simply synthetic marijuana. It is an artificially made drug that mimics the effects of marijuana, but can have serious repercussions on the human body. Spice is also very popular among the teens. It was the second most used illicit drug by high school seniors in 2012. Can you believe that?
That is a large number of seniors, guys.
Wow.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
What a statistic.
It's bad. Anyways, but it actually makes sense because the drug is very easy to obtain and produces similar effects to marijuana, and sometimes even stronger effects.
Wow, Dick, tell us more.
The drug acts as the same cell receptors as THC, but many of the chemical components of spice are unknown, which gives the user a higher risk factor if taken, and can potentially lead to higher blood pressure, and in some cases that has led to heart attacks.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Spice can also provide withdrawal and addiction symptoms for regular users, which is why the drug is much worse than marijuana. And since addiction does occur when you smoke marijuana constantly, it's bad. Don't do spice, kids.
Yeah.
You know, spice is actually just one of the many reasons why so many people are for the legalization of marijuana. Fortunately, President Obama and the federal government are viewing the state's decriminalization and legalization as separate from the federal ban on marijuana. Legislative attorney Todd Garvey described the relationship between state and federal laws as separate and independent enforcement mechanisms in which certain conduct may be prohibited under one sovereign and not the other.
So, in other words, he's saying the federal government is essentially allowing states to pass legislation that goes against federal law, even though the Supremacy Clause states that the federal law is supreme.
Yeah, so basically just the president, if he wanted to, could just cut this out and really not allow this at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he just, what you guys are telling me is he's just kind of letting it slide for now,
He
right?
is. He's letting it slide. And actually, one of the big benefits is that Colorado made $14 million in the first month of recreational legalization of marijuana.
Wow. Yeah, the federal government could say that it isn't legal because at the federal level it is still considered a Schedule I drug.
And for those of you that don't know, a Schedule I drug is one that has high potential for abuse, no accepted medical use, and isn't safe to use under medical supervision whatsoever. I mean, the fact that marijuana falls on this list upsets many people because it's been proven scientifically to have helpful medical purposes, and it is nearly impossible to abuse or overdose on.
Well, for the sake of many, I hope that the federal government continues to let the states do what they want with marijuana legislation.
You know what? I really say, I hope it goes through. I want to make our many people that we look up to, Bob Marley, Willie Nelson, let's make them proud, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
I agree
Unfortunately, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in.
This has been Johnny Tickle,
Richard, Dick Gibbs,
and William Stroker. And if it ain't reef, it ain't right.
Thanks for watching.